When I married Adrian, I thought I was the luckiest woman alive. He was the billionaire every girl dreamed of. Charming, confident, and powerful. I believed his promises of forever. But forever ended quickly after the wedding. He started coming home late, ignoring my messages, treating me like a stranger in my own house. Then one night he looked at me coldly and said, "Sleep in the guest room." That moment broke me. But only for a while. Because what he did not know was that he had just created his biggest mistake. I spent that night in the guest room staring at the ceiling. My heart was heavy, but my mind was sharp. I remembered all the times he made me feel small. The insults he threw with a smile. The way he dismissed my dreams. I realized I had been living in his shadow. I had become nothing more than a trophy wife. That night, I promised myself I would take back everything he thought he owned, including my dignity and my power. The next morning, I started acting like nothing was wrong. I smiled. I thanked him for his generosity and stayed quiet. He thought I had accepted my place. That was exactly what I wanted him to think. While he was busy with his business trips, I started learning everything about his company. I had access to his files because I was still his wife. I studied his partners, his accounts, and his hidden secrets. He underestimated me, and that was his first mistake. One evening while he was away, I hosted a charity event at our mansion. Everyone important in his business world was there. I spoke confidently about our foundation and about how we plan to support women entrepreneurs. That night, I announced a new business venture under my own name. The investors loved the idea. Adrian found out later and was furious. He accused me of stealing his contacts, but it was too late. People saw me as the new face of success. Weeks passed and my company grew fast. I quietly pulled investments away from his projects using his own business allies. Slowly, his empire started to crumble. He begged for meetings, but doors that once opened for him were now closed. Every person he had ever used or betrayed turned against him. He was losing control, and I was the reason. One night, he came home drunk and desperate. He looked at me the same way he had that night when he told me to sleep in the guest room. But this time, I was not the same woman. I told him, "The guest room is ready for you." He froze. I walked past him without looking back. Months later, I divorced him. I walked away with half his wealth and a reputation stronger than his. Reporters called me the woman who outsmarted the billionaire. But it was never about money. It was about respect. When people ask if I ever forgave him, I just smile. Because revenge was never about hurting him. It was about reminding him that the woman he tried to dismiss was the one who destroyed his empire with silence, intelligence, and patience.